Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you can find a description of the day's astrology aspects as I've drawn them out here. Here, I'm going to discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I'll play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Four of Swords. And it's here because in astrology, it represents the last 10 days or the third decan of the sun's transit in the land of Libra. So Libra is an air sign. Swords in tarot are air element symbolism. And air element symbolism is about the things we do with the intellect. It's about our thoughts, our plan making, our words, and how we use them, you know, sort of with the caveat that we can use them to lend help or to do harm, right? So here we are with the Four of Swords, and, you know, we see a person, it almost looks as though they are, you know, at their final rest. But what it really indicates is not, you know, to pass away and die, but actually just to sort of retreat from the world in such a way that we can reflect on ourselves, on our powers and limitations, and, you know, just do the resting, the healing, the meditation that we need to do to sort of replenish our spirit and remember why it is that we do what we do. So following on the heels of the Three of Swords card, you know, the Four of Swords is probably kind of good guidance. Like, hey, you know, you just had your heart broken. Take a little break. You know, reflect on yourself. Think about how you want to be in the world when you go back out. And yeah, I think that's what I have to say about that. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw this card. We have the Ace of Wands. It's like the favorite card. You know, you can blame me. I am an Aries fire sign. So the Ace of Wands is, well, wands are about fire element symbolism. And, you know, this is sort of the elemental or the essential definition of fire element symbolism. The Ace of Wands just points to the drive, the determination, the spark, the fire, even like the restlessness and impatience or the anger that comes up to help us, you know, reach for for what inspires us, you know, to help us follow what inspires us, to help us take initiative and use the momentum, the forward motion that we have to take care of our business and to make certain achievements. Okay, so Ace of Wands here in the context of the astrology, you know, Moon is conjunct to Mars today, and Mars is very fiery energy. It's in Gemini right now, so it's very much a try again kind of thing. You may find yourself feeling a little frustrated about the things that you're trying to get done. It might be sort of one of those deals where normally you would be able to do things on the first try, and now you've got to try different ways, or you've got to try more than once to get things done. And that can be a little on the frustrating side for sure. But, you know, the Moon is conjunct to Mars right now, so we're really feeling that sense of initiative. We're really feeling that sense of fire and spark and drive to move forward, okay? To get done what it is that we set out to do. And let me see what else I have in terms of fire. Well, you know, Chiron and Jupiter are in Aries. We're talking about, you know, our old social wounds and how they have healed, what kind of defenses we can lower now at this point that we know we're no longer wounded in certain ways. And then, you know, Jupiter is in Aries, just at 1 degree Aries, going to back up out of Aries into Pisces for a while before Jupiter goes direct again. But Jupiter in Aries says that we find expansion in our lives. We grow our sense of what we can be, do, and have through action, by taking action on those higher ideals of ourselves, of what we would like to be and do, and have. Okay, so it is a good time, really very much, for taking action. You know, you see the squares here between the Moon and Moon conjunct Mars and Jupiter saying, you know, really squares are there to remind us why it is that we are taking action on those things. So really just asking us to really feel the reasons that we have for acting impulsively even, but definitely in a determined way toward the thing that inspires us, toward that growth that we seek in our lives, okay? Taken together with the Four of Swords. Again, just like yesterday, we got the Page of Swords, I believe. It seems like one is calling for rest while the other is calling for activity, right? But perhaps it's, perhaps we are lacking the inspiration that is showing up here. Perhaps we're lacking the inspiration to move in the direction of those ideal circumstances, to move in the direction of our dreams, the active impulse, the energetic movement it takes to generate something like that is just really beyond us at this point, right? This is a time when we really want to be in retreat and sort of nursing our own sort of intellectual wounds, nursing our own feelings, but also sort of just recollecting ourselves, understanding what it is that we can and can't do. And so, I think part of expanding the limitations here, Jupiter over here in Aries saying, expand through activity, right? I think part of expanding the limitations, though, is going to come from, really knowing what your limitations are in the first place. Expanding your activities even really comes from an understanding of what your level of activity is in the first place. Okay, so it's okay to be in this place of rest and respite. It's okay to be in this place of sort of reassessment where we heal and we rest and we meditate, and we can still have an inspiration. We can still have a spark and a drive and a desire to get something done, something very specific even, that might be really driving our sense of initiative. We can harbor that in our heart while we take the rest that we need, while we take the replenishment that we need. Yes, we can do that. So if you do have a drive, a spark, and an inspiration, a thing that moves you forward, that makes you really want to get up and get moving, but you are all out of, as we would say in my friend group, all out of ha-has at this time, do not keep trying to pursue that which would normally inspire you if you are in general just uninspired, okay? Like, it's okay to harbor that inspiration in your heart while you take the rest you need. And then when you've taken the rest you need and you understand what it is that you have and what it is that you can do, then you can go ahead and take the action, the initiative, and the forward motion. Okay, I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.